Campus Talk is back with your new host, Goody from West Goody. Today, I'm asking students of SUNY Westbury what is one lesson or one thing they have learned from their previous or current relationships. Who am I with today?
Tori.
And what's your major?
Sociology.
So today, Tori, we're asking what is one thing you have learned from your previous or current relationships?
I'm gonna go with my current relationship. Something I've learned is how to be patient with myself.
The main thing that I've learned from pretty much all of my relationships, my current and my most recent breakup, is patience. Because if you don't have patience, then you're so quick to spaz out on do things that you don't want to do, say things that you don't want to say. So you really got to think twice.
One thing that I learned is that, like, when you're in the midst of an argument or just like any explanation of anything with your partner, it's really important the way you say things and not what you're saying. Because if you're yelling and hollering and doing all that, no one's going to listen to you.
How did you come to this conclusion?
On my previous one, we had a whole nasty breakup and everything, and I realized that I had to think twice about everything I was saying because it could have ended up way worse than it could have.
So always keep your tone and your voice in mind when you want to get your point across. Because I used to be real rah-rah, but I used to be right. Like, if you're right and you're still doing too much, no one's going to listen to you. If you're right and you do it right, then people are going to listen to you. So, trial and error.
There, I've learned not to take my past relationship and bring it onto my current relationship.
Like to hold it? Okay. You can't hold the past in that relationship. And if you do break up with somebody, give it time. Because whatever happened in that other relationship, you're going to bring it into the current relationship. And you're never going to get a healthy relationship out of it. So have a lot of trust and come heal.
That I am nowhere near perfect at all. There are a lot of issues within myself that I need to work on. And this is from both previous and my current relationship. Like, there's a lot of stuff I have to work on for myself to be better for someone else.
You can't always be wanting to compare your current relationship with your
to my past.
yeah.
Honestly, don't let the past determine what the future is, and just move accordingly. Like, move as things go. Don't assume. Don't like overthink anything. Just let things happen.
If you're not sure in a relationship, like if the person is right, like if you have any reassurance, talk to your partner. If you're not sure, just, I'd get out of there, or, just talk to your partner about it. And I had an ex, and when I was dating her, we were on for like 1 to 3 years. So like during, like at the end, I was getting, like different feelings towards her and stuff, and I just didn't know if she was right and stuff, and so I talked to her, and then we obviously ended. But yeah, it's important. If you feel like it's not right 100%, then something's off. You gotta get out of there.
The second things start seeming shady, and your partner can't explain, you gotta break it off. Mind if I give a brief example?
Go ahead.
Right? Digging in a little bit, but in my previous relationship, my ex ended up having something going on with one of my roommates at the time. Now, things started seeming a little sus. They got a little too close, and I started questioning them about it. They could not explain themselves at all. Turns out, a couple weeks later, I find out she was cheating.
One thing I've learned from my current relationship was to not trust anybody. They could say they're friends, but you don't know what be going on in the circle.
So how are you able to build that trust with that person?
I have his location.
So what's the sitch?
I see everything.
What experience did you go through to make you wanna, that made you learn this lesson?
I mean,
You don't have to go into great detail.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, he cheat, I cheat, we even like.
I've learned from your previous or current relationships.
Like to hold it? Okay.
One thing I learned was that hurt people. So in order for you to be like in a healthy relationship, you can't, like somebody said before, you got to come healed, because you can't expect the other person to, rebuild you up if you can't even. You got to love yourself before you love somebody else.
You can't go into a relationship expecting all this stuff when you can't even put a lot of things forward. You know what I mean? You can't reciprocate a lot of things. This is very vague, but this can go into a lot of different categories. It doesn't matter what it is. People want and want all these things, but they can't give anything.
Like, trust the female who you talking to. Like, make sure she's like, you feel me? Like, end of the day, if you with that person that loves you and care about you, end of the day, just be there for her and stuff like that.
Definitely don't move too fast. From my experience, like, I was living with my ex-girlfriend for a good couple months. Within like the first 5 months of us dating, she would stay at my house.
Wait, hold on. You moved in with her?
No, this became what would be like a couple weekends. It turned into like maybe 4 days in a row, and then maybe a week. So it would be. She basically moved in. She had her stuff in, like, a lot. And it was, again, not even, like...
Your parents black?
She's black, but...
No, I'm talking about your parents.
No, yeah, my mom was black, yeah.
And they let that girl inside the house for how many months?
Not months, but, like, maybe just 1 month.
1 month?
No, I mean, my mom was loose with it. She really liked her. She didn't think anything of it. She did mention to me that maybe we are moving too fast, but I never really took that to heart.
So I think, first of all, life is all about relationships, right? And I think that that's probably the key to a successful existence is the relationships that you make. So I think the one thing that I've learned is to be your genuine self.
No one's perfect, man. You're not perfect. Be better.
After talking to a couple of students on campus, many people in this generation really lack the communication skills to describe what they want and what they need in a relationship. There's plenty of fish in the sea, people. Just keep your chins up.
Sounds